What's going on, Moe Abbassi, back at it again, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about why most people do not ever get to their goals, whether it's making more money, having consistent income, getting to their fitness or physical goals, whatever their vision is, and how you can actually achieve all of the goals that you have in your life. This is something that if you understand, it's going to make every step in achieving your goals easier, whether that point B is feeling fulfilled and happy, whether that point B is stopping bad habits, whether that point B is stopping negative emotions, whether that point B is getting to some fitness, physical, health goal, or money goal, or financial goal, whatever it may be. What most people do and what you should actually do. So let's get right into it. What most people do is they're at this point A, right? Point A is you feeling bad, you having bad habits, waking up late and sleeping late and smoking, drinking, watching too much Netflix, using too much social media. What else? Feeling broke, feeling, low income or having inconsistent income, overeating, being overweight, whatever that's going to be, okay? Your A is your personal hell, okay? You don't want to be here. B, however, is your personal heaven, right? So this is you having consistent income, making more money, being in shape, having good habits, all so on and so forth. What most people do is they go for the hope strategy. The hope strategy is, okay, I'm at point A, I want to get to point B, and here's my plan to do it. They read a couple of books, they maybe get some advice on blogs or whatever it is, and they're like, you know what, let me set some goals and let me try this thing out. And what they assume, the assumption that they're under, is that if they just start to take action, they're actually going to feel better doing the actions. And that's going to lead to more momentum, and that's going to get them to point B, which is their heaven. Most often, though, what actually does happen is what you see here. Progress is more like a mountain. And so when you first go up the hill, what you're going to be dealing with is a lot of resistance. Okay? You resist change because it's very uncomfortable. It is not a part of your identity yet to want to get to point B, and so you will deal with a lot of internal resistance. The second part is it's going to be difficult. And the reason why it's going to be difficult is because you're not used to this. It's not something that you regularly do. And so it's a completely new reality for you where, one, it's not a part of your identity. Two, it's very difficult because you've never actually done it. And last but not least, you don't want to do it. It's not fun. And it's going to feel like oftentimes that you're actually not making progress. You feel worse, okay? You actually feel worse. It's not fun to do. And you're going to feel like you're actually taking a step back. And so what is required of a person here in order to actually get to that tipping point, and the tipping point is when actually things become easy, is consistency. And we'll talk about how to be more consistent, because consistency in itself is a problem, but there's 3 ways that you can actually use to overcome this. Now, what happens is when you are consistent in this resistance, difficulty, and actually feeling worse in the beginning, you get to this tipping point when things actually start to become easy. And you feel a sense of ease doing it, okay? It's not hard to do. There's no resistance. The second thing is it actually becomes a habit. It's not difficult to do. It's just an automatic response to get closer to your heaven, your B goals. And last but not least, you just feel a sense of flow. You feel amazing doing it. You feel present. And so when you reach that tipping point, to get to your heaven becomes super, super easy because you're taking the consistent actions from a place of feeling at ease, from a place of habit, and from a place of presence, from a place of flow. You actually feel good doing it. So the question then becomes, how do we be consistent in that first part where most of the people are going up and they fall back down? They're going up and they fall back down. There's three things to this. The first thing is you need someone who can guide you through the process. Someone who has actually been there and done that. Look, your problems weren't created in isolation. Any problems that you face right now, whether it's certain emotions that are just regularly coming up, certain habits, behaviors that are regularly coming up, or not doing the things that you should be doing, then you need someone who has gone through it and came to that heaven successfully. That's the first part. You cannot do this alone. It just won't happen. There were so many years where I tried to personally overcome bad habits, negative emotions, all of these things by myself because I had too much pride. And I realized, okay, I need some help. So that's the first part. Second part is that person needs to actually hold you accountable. And usually you want someone that you don't want to disappoint. If you don't want to disappoint them, it's going to motivate you a second level to actually do the thing that you're supposed to do. And this is because of our tribal minds. Back in the day, if you were in a tribe and there was someone you deeply didn't want to disappoint because in your mind you saw them as high status or high valuable, and you did disappoint them, it meant that it actually lowers your status. And if you had lower status, then that means that your survival mechanism kicks in and you have lower chances of survival and reproduction. So there's a part in your brain that goes, I do not want to disappoint this person, because that feeling of disappointing them is actually detrimental to your inner survival. And last but not least, you need a tribe. I love quotes like, you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most, and if you walk around cripples, you'll learn how to limp. And it's true. Again, your problems were not created in isolation. So you need people who are on similar journeys, who are trying to get to that heaven, so that you can surround yourself with like-minded people that are going to help push you along the same route. When I'm with my friends who work really hard and they're very focused and they're very disciplined, guess what I want to do? I want to sit down and I want to focus and I want to be disciplined. So people who are on the same journey, who are getting to their heaven, one, motivates you to get to there because now you know it's possible. It unlocks part of your mind and your belief system that goes, oh, it's not impossible for me to get there. And so it motivates you at a third level, but also you're much more likely to follow the tribe's set values. And again, this is a survival mechanism as a part of your brain. So guidance, accountability, tribe will allow you to have that consistency to go through this resistance, difficulty, and feeling worse in the beginning of your hell, so that you're not relying on this hope strategy, so that you can get to this tipping point where you feel at ease, things become a habit, and you're able to be present, feeling good and flow, so that you can get to your heaven, which is your goals. And hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, then comment down below what was your biggest takeaway from this. And if you need help with this personally, just reach out to me, ask me any questions, and I will help you out. And we'll talk soon. Take care.